been seeking success, yeah, I'm trying to come the closest. It's hard putting in work when barely anyone notice. And you self-motivate, yeah, you gotta focus. These women have your head fucked up, priorities stolen. You gotta plan your day in the morning.
So my husband ended up losing his job. He came home and he told me. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. So a month went by and he looked for me to pay the bills. Who paying what bills? So I was going to consider it if he gave me the money back for paying the bills. And he told me no. He felt like he shouldn't have to do that. What do you mean? When I told you, as a man, I expect you to provide. Under no circumstances will I ever touch bills as long as I got a husband. None. If you can, you can hear.
He probably happy you gone, though.
I'm sure he missed me.
A headache? That would be a headache for me.
In black dating world, and I don't know if it's like this in the white dating world, but it's all about, are you high value? Are you an alpha male? Are you a beta male? What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? It's gotten very superficial. They had this guy named Kevin Samuels.
Listen, man.
And he used to give this, you just tell women, yeah, you're too fat, you'll never get anybody. It's become very adversarial, at least in some areas of the black community, but they're not looking for what we were looking for. They want value, and I wanted companionship. We do so much time on the internet now, you know, we are aggregating everybody else's angst by watching their sad stories, and then we're trying to prove a point, you know, well, I'm high value and I can get this guy and that guy. They're comparing what kind I got, how much, how good I got, how much money I got, how pretty I am, and, you know, is my guy an alpha guy, and I don't date guys with under $100,000. My husband had 4 kids from his first wife. He had no money, but he loved me. And look, I made more money now because I made a guy who made less than I did and was never going to make as much as I did. But he and I ended up doing quite well because he was the brother I needed.
That's a bar.
He couldn't have done it without me, and I couldn't have done it without him. That's when you've hit the jack.
What's good? It's your boy Cito, too cold, too gold, and too real. Welcome back to the league, the Renaissance Man's Templar, a place for you. It's coming from the battlefield of life to create, reflect, refocus, and remember, the world is yours, so let's conquer it. This is power, what separates the boys from the men, and if you want to conquer it with me, I suggest you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on bell notifications. Now today, we will be discussing if a man loses everything, should a woman leave him? And I'll say this, it's easy to find a new one, but it's hard to find a true one. Poverty has convinced women that a man's love isn't real unless he provides money. And it's hard to accept that you are willing to do things for the person that you lay next to every night that they are not willing to do for you. It's hard to accept that a love that was told to you was so real can be easily unraveled by you losing your financial gain. And the truth of the matter is, most marriages are likely to unravel due to financial reasons versus even infidelity. The woman in the clip was like, you know, I left my husband because he lost his job and he wasn't able to pay the bills. And even though I had it, I wasn't willing to make the same sacrifices that he was willing to make for me. I wasn't grateful for all those times he paid the bills, and he asked me to pay for the bills in one period, and I couldn't do it. So I divorced him. You know, it's hard to really take that in, and it sucks that that man had to go through that and find out that this was the type of woman that he was with only after marrying her. The idea that a man must be the primary financial provider is ancient. It is woven into the fabric of many cultures. This expectation has deep historical roots. It comes from a time when societal roles were more rigidly defined, when women were caretakers, nurturers, and managers of the home. These roles were seen as an essential part for survival and social order. Though times have changed dramatically, these old echoes still resonate powerfully in our modern relationships and personal identities. This traditional expectation places an immense pressure on men. Their self-worth often becomes entangled with their earning capacity. Being a good provider is equated with being a good man. And when a man faces financial setbacks, he may feel a profound sense of failure. I am not who I should be. I am not doing what I should be doing. I am not worthy. I do not have any value. This is not just about money, it's about identity. It can affect his confidence, his sense of purpose, and even his mental health. He might feel like he has let his partner down, that he no longer is fulfilling a fundamental masculine role. This internal burden can be incredibly heavy to carry, and that burden is heavier on men. These societal scripts also subtly influence women's choices and perceptions. Even women who are financially independent may unconsciously seek a partner who can provide. It's a lingering echo from generations. This expectation can sometimes overshadow other vital qualities in a partner: kindness, emotional support, shared values, compatibility. These can take a back seat if the financial checklist isn't ticketed. The pressure to find a man who is a good provider can narrow a woman's vision, only looking on at the superficial. She might overlook a wonderful companion because he doesn't fit an outdated financial mold. But does this model truly serve us today? We live in a world where women are educated, ambitious, and capable earners. Many women are financially independent. Many even out-earn their male partners. The landscape of relationships is evolving. We are moving towards partnerships based on equality and shared responsibilities. And clinging to an outdated provider role can create unnecessary tension. It can limit the potential for a true partnership. Perhaps it's time to question these old narratives about love and money. When financial difficulties strike a relationship, the strain can be immense. If a couple operates under the traditional man as a provider model, his job loss can feel catastrophic. It's not just about the loss of income. It's about the perceived failure to uphold his end of an unspoken bargain. Resentment can begin to fester. The man may feel inadequate and withdraw. The woman might feel insecure and anxious about the future. These feelings, if left unaddressed, can erode the very foundation of their connection, creating distance where there was once closeness. The expectation that a man must always be the financial rock can incredibly damage the relationship, and it puts him in a precarious position, on a precarious pedestal. And if he stumbles, the fall feels much greater. He might hide his financial worries to maintain an illusion of strength. This lack of transparency can breed mistrust. For the woman, if her sense of security is solely tied to his income, his financial struggles can trigger deep fears. She might start to question his capabilities, not just as an earner, but as a partner. This dynamic can trap both individuals in a cycle of anxiety and disappointment. This focus on a man's financial status can prevent a woman from seeing his true worth. It can blind her to the way of love, companionship, and emotional support that he offers. If her primary concern is his ability to pay the bills, she might miss the man behind the wallet. True love and deep companionship are built on much more than financial stability. They are built on shared experiences, mutual respect, emotional intimacy, and unwavering support. When money becomes the main measure of a man's value, the relationship is impoverished, regardless of the bank balance. Ultimately, these outdated expectations can sabotage the potential for genuine partnership. Intimacy suffers when conversations revolve around financial anxieties fueled by rigid roles. Trust wavers when one partner feels overly burdened and the other feels perpetually insecure. The home, once a sanctuary, can become a place of tension. The romantic bond, once vibrant, can become brittle. Staying in a relationship only for money or leaving only because of its absence is shallow and often leads to regret. Like I said, it's easy to find a new one, but it's hard to find a true one. And it keeps individuals from discovering the deeper, more resilient forms of connection. So what if instead of stumbling to old scripts, a couple chooses to face financial adversity as an united team? Imagine if men and women would sit down, not in fear, but with a shared resolve. They could lay out their financial situation. They could brainstorm solutions together. Perhaps the woman could increase her, work temporarily or pay for the bills temporarily. Perhaps the man could explore new career paths he hadn't ever considered, and that will give him the opportunity to do so. This collaborative approach transforms a crisis into a shared challenge. It shifts the focus from individual failure to collective problem solving. This is essential and the essence of true partnership. Working together through tough times builds a unique kind of strength. The process of creating a new budget, cutting unnecessary expenses, and seeking new income sources can be empowering when done as a team. Every small success, every obstacle overcome together reinforces their bond. They learn to communicate more openly, to rely on each other's strengths, and to support each other's vulnerabilities. This shared struggle becomes a part of their story, a testament to their resilience. It moves the relationship beyond transactional expectations into a realm of deep mutual support. This journey through financial difficulties can foster profound understanding and empathy. He sees her stepping up, her resourcefulness shining. She sees his courage in facing vulnerability, his determination to rebuild. They witness each other's character in ways that comfort and complement prosperity that might never have been revealed. Respect deepens. You see, the superficial layers are stripped away, revealing the core of their commitment. They are no longer just lovers, they became allies, fighting side by side for their shared future. This shared experience can forge an unbreakable connection. The truth is, relationships are not immune to life's storms. Financial hardship is one such storm, but it does not have to be the end. It can be an opportunity to build something stronger, something more authentic. When a woman chooses to stay, not out of dependency, but out of love and commitment to the partnership, the relationship can transform. And only when a man goes through this type of transformation period can he see clearly what type of partner he has next to him. Together, they can navigate the uncertainty. They can discover a resilience they didn't know they possessed. The wealth they build may not always be monetary at first, but the richness of a bond forged in adversity is priceless and enduring. This is power, what separates the boys from the men. And if you like more content like this, I suggest you give this video a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to the league. And until next time, the word is yours.